Hey, boys and girls, good evening and welcome to Cage Side with Christopher James. I am Christopher James. We are live for the UFC on ESPN plus 36 post-fight show, a.k.a. UFC Vegas 11 or hashtag UFC Vegas 11. It might have been 10. I've been doing 11 all night. I don't fucking know. But anyway, we're going to have a couple of people on the show tonight. And one of them I got right here, right now. He's going to join us on the program. I'm going to bring him in right now to talk about his huge win tonight, his first win inside the octagon. This guy is a happy son of a gun right now. He's smiling right now in the green room. And I'm excited to have him on. He's been on with us before. He's one of the nicest guys in the world. So we're going to welcome him in right now. Please say hello to the man himself, Darrick Minner. Hey, UFC, Darrick Minner, UFC winner. Hey.
What's up, man?
What's up, homie? That was a fucking stellar performance. Now, before we get into your fight and your win, because I want to talk about all that, have you been? Oh, let me bring in my other guest too. He's going to join us right now from somewhere in South Florida. He is the fight analyst. You can catch him on Facebook and all over the place. And we are going to welcome in right now Garrett Kerman, a.k.a. GK, the fight analyst. What's up there, GK? What's up, Garrett?
What's going on, bro? How's it going?
Oh, we're doing good, man. We're doing big things, man. We got Darrick Minner on the show with us tonight, man, after his big win tonight. Now, I'm going to ask you, Garrett. I love putting Garrett on the spot for shit like this. And Garrett gives out his picks every week, and he's good at it. But Garrett, did you pick Darrick Minner to win tonight?
Unfortunately, I did not. I went the other way. I definitely lost money. I'm not gonna lie. Very impressive, man. Very, very impressive. Let me say that first and foremost.
Hey, Garrett, hang on one second. Listen, I want you to do me a favor, Garrett. Before we let Darrick talk about his fight, give us your impressions on that fight. And while you're doing that, I'm going to share this out to a bunch of groups real quick so we can get a bunch of people watching us and getting to see you eat some crow.
Nice, great, appreciate that. Well,
hey man, that's what we're here for, G.
The way I saw it going was not that, obviously, but I knew the way that you had to win was exactly how you won. And I just thought he was going to be able to avoid it. And he literally did the exact same thing that you're not supposed to do, especially against you. He left his neck out there. It was kind of odd because, like, you had your hand underneath his chin already, and he still dropped down for the double leg anyways, knowing that you're just going to snatch it up, and then that's pretty much all she wrote. But, man, impressive, very, very impressive, and definitely not betting against you next time. I'll be a lot worried about doing that. But, man, kudos. Very, very impressive.
His first win inside the octagon, Garrett. I mean, that's pretty fucking impressive.
Well, yeah, I mean, and then you talk about the Contender Series as well. I mean, you're giving, Burns a ton of shit in that first, 2 minutes of that fight. He didn't want any part, on the feet, took it down, and it is what it is. I mean, he is, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion but I mean, you've been in there with some of the best. So I know, and it showed. It didn't faze you at all.
Nope, he seemed pretty composed there. Now, Darrick, when you did get that submission, as you were working down into it and you were securing in that choke, I noticed you looked over at your corner and you smiled. And like Kevin Holland tonight was so funny in this fight. He was talking shit, and he's like, I don't like the way he's yelling in the corner. I don't like the way this fight's going. But your smile was so deviously evil. And do you know you did that, or did you see that on the replay after, or was that part of you just you did it? You looked over, you're like, yeah, motherfucker, I got you.
Well, so we didn't really have no game plan, but I just started working with James Krause for this fight camp, and it wasn't really we didn't really have too much of a game plan, but he said, if you get something, you got it. You've been around, you got it. So when I got it, I mean, it's not like Laramie just came in there and shot with his head on the outside. Everything was set up, besides my clinch against the cage and everything like that, punching him. He turned my back against the cage, and then once I hit him with that knee, he had to drop down because it kind of hurt him with that knee. And then once I had that arm in, he wasn't going anywhere, but I was tapping him in the body, and I was pretty surprised, but my hand was under his neck. And once I threw that leg over, I knew it. And so when I smiled at them, was like, I actually stuck my tongue out there. I got a picture. It's kind of cool. I stuck my tongue at the corners, and I knew I had it. And so when he had to turn down, that's where I like to get them, because when they turn down, their back's against the cage and they can't move from there. And no matter if I got the triangle on the legs or not, he can't move anywhere. So yeah, I mean, once we got in there and we locked up, I knew I had his number. And everybody thinks that's how I had to win. I think I could have won that fight anywhere, and that's okay, because it just keeps everybody wondering what I'm really about. Even with 36 professional fights, I still have people wondering what's going on, and I'm only going to get better. So it's actually good that this shit happens. So
Yeah, and you did a phenomenal job. Again, because you have so many fights in your career. I mean, you're so composed. It's like just another fight now. I know it's not just another fight because this was in the UFC. It's that first win. So in that second after you got the choke, before you ran over to your corner, or right after you walked, that's better than that. Once you got out of the octagon and you walked in the back and you had a second to just go, I just want to fight in the UFC. What was that moment like for you, brother? Because you've been grinding so hard your whole life, man. And I just, I want to feel that moment, but I'm not getting in there and fighting unless it's against Garrett over here, and I'm going to fucking use the table and the chair to fucking beat him. So.
Well, man, like actually, like after I had won, man, I kind of like, wasn't like, I really didn't know what the hell was going on. That's what I told my guys. I said, I jumped up there and I gave my corners a hug, but I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what just happened? You know what I mean? Like, and that's just like the adrenaline, everything set in like after the fact, and it wasn't really like, the feeling was more of a relief. Like, finally, like, I know where I belonged. Everybody around me has known where I've belonged for a long time. So this isn't something that wasn't in the plan. It just took me a long road to get here. I didn't take the easy route, and that's where they're getting in trouble with all these kids they're bringing in that are like, hey, they don't have the experience. And you know what? That's okay with me.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few exceptions to that rule about the 8-0 guy, because Khamzat Chimaev tonight showed us that. Whoa,
that dude's a motherfucker, man. He is good.
Yeah, he is. So, did you call home? Have you spoken to your family and everybody? I mean, what was the reaction? I'm sure it had to be fucking nuts. And before you answer that, hey, Bam, Alex, Bam, we're going to talk about that fight. And I picked him to win, dude. So don't make some insinuation about I don't like him because of his religion and his background. I don't give a shit about his religion and his background. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for fights. So before you start slinging mud, check yourself, bro. Go ahead, Derek.
I don't even remember what you were saying, brother. Oh yeah, I did call home. I did call home. Yeah, I did. I mean, I called Jordan. I called the girls, but the baby was sleeping and the other one was out playing, and so I got to talk to her, and she was at a get together with all her salon girls, and so I got to say hey to everybody. But like, we've been watching the fights, chilling, just ate some wings, had a few ice cream bars, and now we're just chilling, man. We're That's still awesome. In quarantine till the morning, so.
All right, so I have let's see. Here's a comment from my man Drew Gardner, and by the way, Garrett, are you keeping up on the social media? Can you when they pop up on Twitter or something, will you tell me who got the bonuses tonight? I know you're doing some stuff there, and Drew Gardner says give Derek that bonus money.
Man, I hope so.
And then Dakota Cochran, my man right here, he says he's proud of his bro.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's my ride or die, man.
Ride or die. I remember you guys were talking about that. And then this one right here. Derek, when can we look for you to be on a UFC trading card? Can I get an autograph? That's from James Theus. Right. Is that a buddy of yours, or you not know that person?
Whenever they come out, man, send them on over.
So, yeah, and that's awesome. And you did a phenomenal job. So, and there's not really much to talk about because 52 seconds. I mean, you did exactly what you came in there to do. You got the win. You sustained really no damage. And you went home. Now, we are waiting to see who the bonuses are going to be. While we're waiting for those to pop up, let me ask you this. Did you get to watch any of the other fights tonight?
Me? I watched every single fight.
Every fight?
Every fight besides I didn't watch Jessica Rose Clark's. I didn't watch the fight right after me because I was doing some interviews and stuff. But I watched everyone. And I think it's going to be tough for me to grab that bonus, man. I don't know. I saw the knockout right before me with Costa, and then I don't know, man. The fight of the night. There could be fight of the night. If they don't do fight of the night, I think I'll get a bonus. But if they do fight of the night, I think I'm not going to get that.
Well,
So
I don't think they should do a fight of the night tonight. I don't think anything stood out overly crazy as fight of the night, but I do think they should give away 4 or 5 performance bonuses because that's really, in my opinion, what was highlighted tonight. You know, I mean, at the end of the night, you had, let's see, 6, 4, 10, 4. We had six fights finished by TKO or knockout, 4 submissions, and 4 decisions. So the finishes are really, those are the numbers there, GK. You like that? I got numbers for you, bro. I'm learning, getting the numbers.
But, I like it.
But so 10 fights finished out of the 14. So I think that's the way it should be. I think 4 people, maybe even 5, should get a bonus.
Them underdogs need the bonuses, though. Them big underdogs, that's who needs the bonuses. I was a plus 260 to the kid that had the biggest hype in the freaking the card tonight. Besides,
did you bet on yourself? Did you bet on yourself while you're out there?
The kid that had the biggest hype on the fight
besides
card.
Semev, yep.
But was your opponent fucking Laramie? And you know what? I like that kid too. I think he's gonna be a star. But
yeah, he's gonna be good, man. He's gonna be really good. I mean, he's only 22 years old. He's gonna be good. He's got a bright future. I mean, I wish him nothing but the best. There's no ill feelings around. You know, I'm in here for business. I'm here to make money and compete, man, and that's what it is.
Yeah, and you did a great job. So Garrett and I are going to go over the fights, and if you want, you can stick around for us. I'm waiting to see. I'm trying to keep an eye on these bonus things. I'm looking at my Twitter and everything, but so we'll keep that. So if you want to hang out and go over some fights, since you're quarantined, you can't go anywhere else anyway. This is like the in-house after party. I'd offer you a hit of my fucking blunt, but you're in Vegas and I'm here, so
I can't get out, man.
I know, that's what I'm saying, man. I would climb in the window for you, bro. I'd take my chance of getting arrested, man, because you're good people. All right, so and also let's see, we got Blaine Brown said, great fucking job, buddy. Dizzy Cathler, this guy's from Derek. He said, congratulations, Derek. He's from Canada. The finish was slick as fuck. Looking forward to your next fight. So he's a Laramie guy because he's from Canada and he's still shooting out props.
Yeah.
Plus 260 dudes making those odds are dweebs.
That's one of my guys. I call my fighters dweebs, so you got to use it.
That's awesome. I like it. So let's see. Did they put anything up about these fucking bonuses yet? No.
I haven't seen anything.
Nope. I'm watching. I got my Twitter up. All right. So first fight of the night, and you guys can comment in, whoever wants to jump in first. First fight of the night, Tyson Nam versus Jerome Rivera. That was a knockout in round number 2, 34 seconds in. Nam was, working for that big right hand. He's really fallen in love with it, and he's executing brilliantly. He's waiting for his spots. He's not overcommitting, and he's going to be trouble for everybody else in that division. And he's like you, Derek. He took the long road to get to the UFC, but he really is making the most of it right now. So I'm going to ask Derek first, since you and him are the same people. You took the hard way to get there. You didn't, get a contender series fight, and all of a sudden you were there. At 6-0. So, what's your thoughts on that knockout by Tyson Nam of Jerome Rivera?
Man, he was real patient in that fight, and I think Rivera was. I think it was kind of like one of those fights that Rivera was just not strong enough. He didn't hit hard enough for Tyson Nam. I think he did real well, but I also think that. I'm going to say this for my boy, Tim Elliott. That should be his fight next. Tim wants that fight real bad.
Tim versus Tyson?
Yep. I
like that matchup. Garrett, what's your thoughts on that fight?
I thought it went exactly how I saw it happening. It was a good fight and a good test for Rivera, but, I think on short notice, it was, I think, a big step up from who he fought on the Contender Series. Sure. But I called Nam landing that overhand right, timing it right off one of those kicks, and he put him down. Second round, I thought it was a great performance by him, and he's on the up and up. And if they make that Elliott fight, that's very, very interesting fight, because we have not seen Tyson Nam really get taken down and really see his ground game. So Elliott could very, very much exploit that, I think.
I like it.
I agree with that. Hey, guys, you're watching Cage Side with Christopher James, the UFC on ESPN+36 post-fight show. I am here with GK, Garrett Kerman, the fight analyst. You can follow him on all the social media. I'm also with the big winner tonight, earning his first UFC victory in 52 seconds in the first round with a beautiful choke. He smiled on the way down and stuck his tongue out while he was doing it. Derek Minner is with us tonight, and we're breaking down the fights. We're moving on to the second fight of the night, Andre Ewell versus Erwin Rivera. Split decision on this one, and I'm going to be honest with you. I took Rivera to win this fight. I didn't take it because I didn't look at this particular fight on this card as, who was really better. I didn't look at the odds on this one. Erwin Rivera took a short notice fight in Jacksonville. He's a Florida guy, got connections down here with people I know. So I gave the Florida guy the love on this one. It went to a split decision. He took one of the judges gave it to him, Rivera 29-28, and then he lost on the other two cards 28-29. I saw this as a 30-27 fight for Ewell. I didn't see Rivera win one round. He got outstruck in every round. There was no groundwork in any of the fights. So that's what you base it on. And Ewell won the fight. They got the decision right, but it doesn't excuse the judges from still getting it wrong. That was a 30-27 clearly. Wouldn't you agree, Garrett?
Absolutely. He won every single round. I think he almost doubled him up on strikes. He looked phenomenal at range. That reach advantage, that jab. He was just able to outwork him. It was just a thing of beauty. And the price on him at -210 was, I think, pretty much a gift. He should have been much of a heavier favorite now after, looking over the fight. I think he did a phenomenal job. And whoever gave Rivera 29-28 is just absurd and should not be judging any fights moving forward, in my opinion. Yeah.
What did you think, Derek?
Man, I watched 2 rounds while we were warming up a little bit. I just got him off. They were all playing on the screen, but my corners were saying the same thing. So,
yeah, I didn't like it. I like the right guy got the win, but I'm really a hard ass when it comes to judges and referees, and we're gonna have a big discussion here in a few minutes about a referee. But I don't care if the ultimate outcome is right by the judge, sitting cage side. By the judges as a group, it has to be the right decision. I get that, but it doesn't mean that if you and Garrett are the judges and I'm fighting, and I win all rounds, dominating fashion, 30-27 all the way around, and you guys score a round for my opponent when I outstruck him 3-1 in every round, I'm going to be pissed, and that shouldn't excuse the judge. Just because the ultimate decision was right, that judge has to fucking be better at his job. Because what if, somebody else fucked up and saw it the same way? Then it's paycheck, it's career. There's so many implications. I didn't like that. But, at the end of the day, they got the decision right. But it doesn't fucking, really matter. Here's another fight we don't really have a lot to say about. Randy Costa defeats Journey Newson. Head kick knockout, round 1, 41 seconds in, man. Boom. That was it. Derek, man, did you get to see that one, or was that one of the ones you had?
Yeah, we were sitting there, right? Waiting to walk out. So we definitely saw the knockout, man. That was pretty slick, man. It was just 2 bop, put him to sleep. It's pretty slick.
Garrett, I took Costa to win that fight. Who'd you take on that one, GK?
I was up. I was 50-50 on that. I ended with Newson. I was pre-taped Costa. Ended with Newson. It is what it is, but Costa really proved to me that he is the real deal. He was only 5-1. I think he was still new, but I think the move to ATT really helped him a lot in his growth, and he looks like he's about to break out.
Yep. So that fight right there. So Garrett got that one wrong. Garrett got the next one wrong because that was Minner and Laramie. So we already know that. We won't rehash that because I don't want to traumatize Garrett any more than he already is. I did this to him once before, Derek. I had a fighter on, and we talked about that he didn't pick him. And
God, terrible. I'm terrible at this. Garrett, every time.
Garrett, just so you know, I messaged Derek immediately after his fight, told him, congratulations, blah, 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 good job. So if you want to come on, do a post fight with me, let me know. And he literally hit me up right before the co-main event. So this wasn't planned or anything, because I didn't even know who you picked. All
right.
So, but if
it's
I could,
you're not the only one. You're not the only one.
I will say
hey, man, that's huge, bro. That really is. I'm not taking anything away from you. It's just me on the outside. I'm just a outside guy looking in. I'm a fan of the sport. So don't take any. any
Nothing's
hard
personal.
parts of me.
Nothing's personal.
All right, so the next fight, women's bantamweights, Jessica Rose Clark versus Sarah Alpar. Jessica Rose Clark got the finish in round 3 at 4:21. However, she had the finish in round 3 at like 1 minute and 15 seconds in. This fight was fucked up. Referee Chris Taioni, who I shit on last week because he fucking fucked up the Rodriguez and the Herman fight with a phantom call of a low blow. The fighter called his own foul and then grabbed his balls, and the referee bought it. Didn't see what happened, and that's bullshit. Then tonight, he comes out and does it again. Clark landed a fucking flush knee to the face. Alpar's ass was this far above the canvas. Thank you. All right, no more blood for me. So, her ass was this far above the canvas. It was a legitimate shot. He stopped the fight. At that point right there, the fight was over. Even if you used the replay right there, she was done. Instead, at the beginning of the night, they said replay only, with fight-ending sequences. Once replay goes into effect, the fight's over. Then after this bad decision shit happened, where they let the fight go back on, then they put up another graphic and say, oh, no. Replay can be used anytime in the fight now. So they changed the rule mid-fight because they're trying to protect Taioni. And I'm going to tell you something. He doesn't deserve protecting because he didn't protect that girl in the ring. And I don't care if it's a girl or a guy. He didn't protect the fighter. He let her take an unnecessary amount of abuse after she was already done, and that was fucked up. I mean, Jessica Rose Clark had that fight won. I'm glad that, and Alpar, I give her props for being tough and trying to stay in there, when she probably knew she should have just said, I'm done, because she was. But fucking, this is what I fear for you guys as a fan, and a journalist, that, you get a referee like this who fucking is an ass clown making stupid decisions and either costing you a fight because Rodriguez won that fight last week. That was over. And he let it fucking go because of that bullshit. And then tonight, Clark got the win, but it was over much earlier than that. So, Derek, you're the fighter. So when you see shit like that, what runs through your head?
Man, well, last week he didn't really have the angle on Herman, and I thought that was a pretty. I was as a vet, like a guy that's been around forever, as in him, like that was kind of. It's not his fault. It's not his fault the ref missed it. I mean, on the other guy's end, like it's definitely. It would piss me off if I was in the other guy's shoes, but as Herman, he pulled it off. But tonight I didn't really see the knee, but I seen it on a replay, and yeah, the fight should have ended. That's just. They're in there to do their job, and they just got to do it, and that's all there is to it. And if they miss things, they're human. But if you went to the replay, you would have seen that too. So I get it.
And she should have been done. And last week in that fight, Rodriguez got robbed of a victory. On his record, they're appealing it right now. And I'll say this: I don't see any decisions ever getting turned over with an appeal. If this doesn't get turned over with appeal, every fighter in the fucking world should just stop making appeals.
Oh, for sure.
Tell you that the commission is never going to side against a referee or a judge to sanction them. Taioni should be sanctioned from both weeks financially. And I'm glad Dana White paid Rodriguez his winner's share because, he deserved it.
He did?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He paid him the winner's share, too, because he knew what happened. He was screaming. He was losing his mind, Normally, I would just be mad at the ref in this, but fucking I'm mad at Ed Herman because he did what he did on purpose. He grabbed his nuts to try to fucking, stay in the fight and keep it going. Now, listen, veteran move, but, very plotty Divock, as far as flopping, that was the ultimate flop I've ever seen in a contest in my life. He sold it. That was some WWE quality fucking selling of a gimmick. Hats off to that.
Hey.
Move.
No, I get that for sure.
GK. I can't say your name tonight, man. I'm just going to call you Garrett. I can't do the initial thing.
So, you're cool with that.
Garrett, so your take on the performance of the referee, because I don't think I need your take on the fight. Although, who'd you pick on this one? I took Jessica Clark.
I actually went with the dog in Alper.
Dude, man, you're getting beat up tonight.
Yeah, I took a shot on the dog just because, she was plus 200. It was just a sweet number. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out for me, but I still went green on the night, guys. I know the early fights did not pan out, but I ended well. I surely ended well.
I know you made some money. We're going to talk about this too as we get to those matches. But man, dude, fucking A, man. I mean, I went 9-4-1 tonight because fucking the goddamn draw in the fucking co-main event. But so that fight. But what's your thoughts on the referee's performance? 2 weeks in a row.
I don't know, man. I mean, I loved him prior 2 weeks ago, last week, because I mean he was letting fighters hang in there and just take some damage, but not really give them enough time to really recover. But now he's just been going through the shitter. I mean, last week robbed Mike Rodriguez of a win, and then this week he's stopping the fight that should have been ended. I mean, it's just going to be it's just going to be a pattern from here until they nip it in the bud, and I don't know if they're going to.
Yeah, Emily Rose Adams is watching. She says she thinks he stopped it to confirm whether or not it was an illegal strike. That's exactly what he did. And then he went to replay. And the rule states, according to the unified rules, once you go to replay, the fight is over because they call that a fight-ending sequence. So, he fucked up. He never should have restarted the fight. He shouldn't have stopped it in the first fucking place. That's the whole thing, Emily. So that started the ball rolling, and it only made it worse when he restarted the fight and allowed that girl to take more fucking damage and that brutal fucking finish. So fuck him. And I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I'm sure he's gonna see this. He's gonna unfriend me, but I tagged him in the post when I was bitching about it. I'm not afraid. I'll tag you. If you fuck up, I'm gonna call you out. So that was wrong. And if he unfriends me, so what? That means I got room for somebody else to jump in on the fucking party, and that's all cool with me. Sometimes you gotta refresh and get rid of some of the fucking, some garbage, the hangers on, because I'm blowing up.
Making moves.
Women's flyweight, Bueno Silva versus Mara Borella. Fucking that fight, I was worried because I took Silva in that fight, and it started out not in her favor, and I was like, uh-oh. But then the gods shone down upon me.
It wasn't the gods. It wasn't the guy. That was perfect. You wanted that to happen, in that fight. Like when you watched it happen, when she took her down, and you're like, oh my God, it's over. Pretty much. That's how I thought.
I was a little nervous there, but it was a slick transmission to that armbar. I mean, and getting the finish, man. I was definitely impressed with that. Derek, did you get to see that one, or were you doing interviews?
No, we were on our way back on that moment.
All right, so you didn't see that one?
I guess that's the only one I didn't see. I did see. I mean, I saw the replay, and it was pretty slick armbar, but
yeah, slick armbar, 220, 222 or 221 or something into round one. The next fight, Damon Jackson and Mirsad Bektic. This has to be the upset play of the night. Look at GK. GK is over there with his pumping his fist like he's at a fucking rave right now. So go ahead, Garrett. Break us in on this one. Tell me about it.
Finally, I got something good here. Hit the biggest dog on the card. Finally did something. Damon Jackson pulls through, did exactly what he should have done. He just outlasted Bektic for 30 rounds and finished him just like Darren Elkins did years ago, just like everybody else has done against Bektic throughout his entire career. Cardio dump, sealed the deal. I don't know what it is. I mean, he's a powerhouse. He's an absolute powerhouse. He's got the skills. It's just the cardio just doesn't hold up. I
couldn't believe it. I'm going to be honest with you. I knew Jackson was a tough character. He'd been in the UFC before. He was like 18-3 coming in. But I just felt that the short notice and the big weight cut for him was going to weigh against him. And he was gassing out and having some issues. But he had enough gas in the tank to outlast Mirsad, which really surprised me. Not his skill set. I've always known he had the skill. But again, I made my pick on this one strictly on the fact that he had to make a huge cut to take this fight at 145. You know what I'm saying? And they talked about it in his post fight. So, but he got through it. He goes, now give me a full camp to get to 145, and, it won't last that long. And I believe him. I mean, the guy's a talented dude. He had to work hard to get back to the UFC, and getting there the first time is, the easy part. Getting out and getting back is the hard part, but now staying is the most difficult thing you have in front of you as a fighter in the UFC. This guy just secured himself a good deal, and I think he's going to be around for a while. That was a fucking. What'd you think of that one, Derek? Because I was floored. I'm still sitting there going, "How the fuck did that happen?"
Man, Mirsad is a freaking. He's good, man. He's good, but I think that They're just the mental dumps sometimes, and like there's no reason that he should have lost that fight, man. I mean, not to shit on Damon Jackson or anybody, but like Mursad shouldn't lose that fight. Look at the first 2 rounds, like there's just no reason for that. Like he is good, man. He's from Nebraska, man. I know the guy, and I watched him fight even when I was growing up as an amateur and he was turning pro and stuff like that. Like the kid is good, but man, just like me, I'm glad I'm with James Krause now because I'm gonna start making smarter decisions, and that's kind of like where it kind of played into tonight. And maybe I don't know, man. I'm disappointed in that fight just because I like Mursad a lot.
Yeah, I have a feeling James Krause is going to end up being a coach of numerous champions in the UFC. He's really onto something good for his fighters as a coach, but also for his fighters as people. He's a smart guy when it comes to money. He knows how to invest. He knows how to fucking set yourselves up for the future. And I know he passes that knowledge on to so many people. So for you, that's a blessing. I mean, you've had a long fight career already, and now you're going to start making that good money. And you got a coach and a / financial advisor who really knows what he's doing. I mean, and you're part of the team, sure. You're part of the family, so you're going to benefit in so many ways in your life, man. I think it was a brilliant move for you to go there and work with him because I fucking love that guy.
Yeah, man.
Is he in the room with you?
Hold on, I'll take you off speakerphone. Yeah, he's right over there. James Krause.
What's up?
Coach Krause, where you at?
What's up, bro?
Hey, listen, man. I've reached out to you a couple of times for an interview, so I'm going to hijack you right now. I just want to say my name is Christopher James. I do a show called Cage with Christopher James. I just wanted to tell you the work you're doing with Derek and all your fighters. I just said to him, I said, at some point in your future as a coach, you are going to have multiple UFC champions that are, the product of learning under you. I really feel that you have a vibe about you like Pat Miletich back when they started the Miletich fighting system. And to me, I don't just throw that accolade around lightly because Pat Miletich is the fucking man. So, but also, I learned something about you. I saw an interview you were doing. You're financially fucking so smart about planning with your money and doing the right things. And I was just telling Derek, man, not just to have you as a coach, but as a financial advisor when that big money comes in, and having you there to kind of direct him if he wants to help. It's fucking awesome, dude. You are a class act and you're an asset to MMA, dude. Fucking, I'm a huge fan. I'm fanboying right now a little bit, but hey, whatever.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. I just I get tired of watching these guys go fight for 10 years and then they don't have anything left to show for it. You know what I mean? It's like it's make this money is not to live on, man. Like you gotta make this money to make more money and create a future for yourself. Derek's got kids and everything, so it's not just about him, it's about setting your family up as well. So like I was raised very, very, very poor. So like I've been to a spot where I didn't have money before, and I don't ever want to go back to that. So
yeah, nobody does, man. So give us your breakdown of his performance tonight there, Coach.
Oh, with Derek, it's simple. It's real simple, to be honest with you. I look at Derek and a couple other guys like a big puzzle. Like all the pieces are on the table. You just got to start fitting the puzzles in and getting everything organized. Like maybe like if I'm going to put a puzzle together, I might put all like they're colored. I might put all the colors in one little organization section, or I might do the border first. Just to kind of organize the puzzle to make it more efficient, right? So when you start putting start putting systems together, you start adding in different things. Like he's got all the skill in the world. I don't need to add things to him. It's just about organizing his game, changing fight IQ a little bit. And I really don't I don't think that we got to show off the changes in the fight per se. Right. But I do feel like the lead up had a very, very big impact on that. You know what I mean? Like just his confidence. I haven't ever coached him before, but I've been around him a lot. We came up in the same scene together, so I've seen him at fights and I've seen him in the back a lot. And just to me, he looked confident. He said his weight cut was really good. He looked big. He's a big guy at 45. He's physical. Yeah. He hits hard. And I think it's just about letting him know the tools that he has. He's done this by himself the majority of pretty much all of his career. So I think just about letting him know what his tools are that maybe he doesn't know, organizing those tools and setting kind of a funnel around all the things that he's really good at. He's got a ton of skill. He's super dangerous. His jiu-jitsu is very, very good. His wrestling is extremely underrated. He's just got a lot of skills. It's just about organizing it all and making it make sense for him.
Oh man, I got to tell you, man, that's just brilliant, dude. It's not overcoaching him. You know what he's like. You said, you know what he has in his toolbox, and you're just telling him when to use them in the right times and the right places. I love it, dude. It's so simple. It's stupid that people don't figure that shit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What he did today is all him, though. He didn't need me to. He's guillotined 20 people already. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't need me there for that. But yeah, I think just the lead up, I think he looked a little bit more comfortable. We'll get a chance to show it. We'll get a chance to show it. Just not yet.
His guillotine,
it's really good. It's good.
His guillotine, that's his jam. We all know it. I mean, and people should expect it, especially he's got 30 some odd fights in his career, man. There's plenty of footage out there to see what this guy does.
Yeah, and it's poor fight IQ. I'm not trying to beat a guy while he's down, but that's poor fight IQ. You gotta understand that you can't leave your neck out with this guy. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be very, very proactive. And I've fought this guy. I fought him, not me personally, but I've coached against him
right.
4 times, 3 times, 4 times,
4 times.
Yeah, I'm very, very savvy to what he's good at, and what his strengths are. And man, to leave your neck out in front of him is not a smart move to do. Even if you feel confident, man, he's one of those guys. I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to give him his interview back. But if you watch the details of his guillotine tonight, there's just so many little details that he does that is just extremely, extremely, extremely high level. Tonight he grabbed his normal guillotine, but as the guy tried to slide off, he body triangled the legs as he was trapped against the fence, so there was nowhere for him to go. So he trapped himself against the fence. Typically, the guy would have he could free his hips, but Derek body triangled and locked down the legs with his legs. And it's just really high level stuff that he does. Yeah. He's got so many different grips underneath that he can adjust to. Just little things like that. He's really so good at it. And it's just about organizing all that and making it make sense for him.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm going to ask you one thing, and like I said, we'll get back with him on here. But I told him in the beginning of the interview, he did something. I watched him when he started singing the choke, and he knew he was going to take it all the way and finish it. Smile. He looked over and smiled, and it looked like he was looking in your direction. And he goes, "I had my tongue out." I go, and so you saw that live. What was your thought when you see him doing that, dude?
No, it was great. I think we've worked really hard on not relying on the guillotine. And I'm a guillotiner too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think with if you have a good guillotine, I think sometimes I call it a very black and white move. If you get it tonight, you know what I mean? Like, you get the win. But if you don't get it, sometimes that can get guys like him and myself in trouble. So he looked over at me, and I was kind of like, I don't know. I said, if you got to go for it. He jumped right for it. I knew right away he had it. You know what I mean? And that's, like I said, he's a guillotiner. He's a front headlock guy. It's a feel thing. He was underneath the chin, did an incredible job. Another detail, ripping the chin out and getting underneath the neck, just real high level stuff. So he looked at me. I'm really happy that he did that, because that tells me he was conscious of what was going on in there, which I don't think is a normal thing for him. I think it's just speed. And he was very aware of what was going on. Looked over at me, and I was like, "You got to go for it." He jumped it as quick as he could, and I knew it was in.
That's a great moment. Well, listen, thanks for taking a few minutes with us, man. Honored to have you on the show. I'm going to send you a message on Facebook or Instagram because I'd like to do a one-on-one with you if you're down. Because there's so much more I want to pick your brain about, and but it is his moment tonight. But I had to bring you in. I was like, because I was talking about you. I was like, "Hey, is he in the room? Because you said you're in quarantine. Is he in there?" He goes, there. Also, fan of your fight career too, not just the coaching stuff, dude. But I have a feeling, like I said, from my heart, man, just what I've seen over the years of this sport. You're going to have champions in your stable at one point, and they're all going to be financially stable because
I hope so.
Dude, take a bigger piece. Take a bigger piece.
I appreciate it, man.
Hey guys, that's
okay. I'll get on your show.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely message you, man. Hey guys, that's the James Krause. He just coach Derek Marner helped him get to a win. So, Derek, man, that was awesome, dude. I might have to pay you a percentage for getting the coach on the show for me. I've been messaging him a few times on Facebook. He doesn't respond. So
you got it now. He'll respond.
I got him now, dude. But dude, he's awesome.
Don't respond.
I'm gonna get him on Instagram. We can get him on Instagram. Yeah. All right. So next fight, David Dvorak, Jordan Espinoza. This one, I looked at some odds before the fight, and it looked like it was minus 110 versus minus 110. And now, when the fight started, they said that Dvorak was plus 100 dog. I felt it was an even matchup. I think they were ranked 13th and 14th. It was a good fight for Dvorak. Espinosa really just didn't do enough. The 30-27 unanimous decision was the right call. So that's all I got to say about it. I mean, Dvorak showed that, he's somebody you got to take seriously, and I think it's just going to continue to get better. Either one of you jump in, you could fight for it.
I thought Espinosa should have threw in a double leg or two in there and just mixed it up a little bit more instead of just staying on the outside and getting picked apart.
Yeah. Great assessment. Garrett?
I'm just surprised he just looked so flat in the striking. I thought normally that's where he shines. I thought he was going to have a much better striking performance, but he just looked flat out there. And Dvorak was the one that was countering and making Espinosa throw first. And I don't think people do that against Espinosa enough. And he took advantage of it. I thought he was pretty impressive.
Yep, perfect game plan, and he laid out the blueprint for others to go out there and get a win against this guy as well because of everything you just said. So the Bektik fight and the Espinosa fight, I picked both of those, so I lost 2 back-to-back. I almost was going to stop watching because I was upset. But then we get to Kevin Holland and Darren Stewart. What a fucking fun fight that was. I'm going to let one of you guys start, whichever one you want to start, and I'll tell my piece at the end.
You go.
Man, they're just brawling, man. It was a fun fight to watch.
And to listen to.
I thought Darren Stewart got the win. It was close, obviously, and he even thought he lost. But, man, it was just a good fight. It was a fun fight to watch.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Kevin Holland's always fun, but within the apex, you can hear everything. Like he got kicked in the balls. He goes, damn, in the apex, because there's been a lot of nut shots taking place in the apex. Paul Felder was referencing, all right, we got 1.5 tonight, just saying, that place has been cursed with the nut shots. There's been a lot of nut shots going on in there. But I felt Kevin won the fight. I think he did enough all the way around. He lost the 3rd round. That's my take on that. He lost the 3rd round. He won the first 2. Easy 29-28. What you got, G?
I got the same. I thought he won the first 2 rounds. I know he got rocked in the first round, but he kind of outstruck him for the most part in both rounds. The 3rd round was getting very dicey. He was getting close to the point where he was getting pounded out just a little bit more, just maybe 30 more seconds. Stewart probably could have finished that fight. It was getting very dicey because Holland was fading pretty hard in that 3rd round, and Stewart was just not letting up. But I thought it was a fantastic fight. I would love to see that fight again.
And that first round was back and forth.
They referenced that. They referenced that Holland was a black belt under. I can't remember, but he's a black belt. Like he just recently got a black belt. That was not a black belt like performance from a guy with a black belt working on his back. That was a blue belt level performance, and I don't get that. So I didn't want to toss that tidbit out there. I found it strange. How did Derek? You saw that fight. Holland was on his back. They just were talking about he's a black belt. That was not black belt work on your back, even if you're tired.
I think you just gotta, he just gotta scoot against the cage. He's got to get up on that. When you're that tall and that lanky, you just gotta know how to get the hell up. He's good. He could be good off his back, and just because you're a black belt don't mean you're that great off your back. You could be great in other places too. It's not just because you have a belt don't mean you're that great. I'm technically a white belt, so there's that.
And that's okay. But if you're a black belt, you've been doing this for fucking a long time, or supposed to be doing this for a long time, unless you got a black belt from a McDojo, and that's a whole topic for another show.
Yeah.
But if you're a black belt and you're a legit black belt, and you got your belt from somebody who has direct lineage, you got to be better than that off your back. I don't care if you're an expert at submissions, you got to be able to get off your back. That's basic jiu-jitsu 101. And I felt and again, I'm saying this, take this with a grain of salt and a lot of laughter. I feel I could have gotten off my back in that position with Darren Stewart on me if he didn't knock my face into the dirt first. Not because I'm a jiu-jitsu expert or anything. He wasn't moving. He wasn't doing anything. And he made a couple of moves, and then it was like, I'm just going to ride this out on my back. And that's, again, I couldn't do that. So that's just my opinion of it. But I digress. We'll move on. Mackenzie Dern, Randa Marcos. Fucking Mackenzie Dern. What a performance by that young lady. Garrett, lead us in on this one.
Oh man, I'm very happy she did exactly what I wanted her to do. Dern came in, got the sub. Wasn't really. I didn't know what Ronda was doing, following her down when she fell. That was quite odd. And then I was like, okay, she just gave her the fight. But I mean, very, very well done by Dern once it got to the mat. And Ronda pretty much just gave her the fight.
Yeah. Derek, your take?
You just don't follow her down. I mean, when you know, I mean, at least not right away. You know what I mean? And I've made the mistake before too, like not to that extent, but I mean, it just happens. You know, you see somebody fall on the ground, you're in a fist fight, you want to chase them. You know what I mean? And that's just a mistake, and she'll learn from it, I'm sure. But like, you just don't follow, especially in girls MMA, follow, you know, one of the best jiu-jitsu girls ever. You know, to fall her to the ground is just not smart.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to show fucking. There was a comment. I forgot to show Krause. You could tell Krause. Dakota Cochran said Krause is an asshole. LOL. Just kidding.
He said he hurt his bitch ass. Look at him. They're all, look at him. Where are they at? Look at him.
Disrespectful I get around here. Look at this guy.
That's fucking.
Gotta tell the truth.
Damn,
Look how big
right,
he
bro.
is. Look how big he is. Dude, like every time we open any type of food in here, Dakota runs from the other room and jams in here. It's like food.
Wow, that's awesome, dude. You're looking pretty fucking swolled up there, bro.
Yeah,
You can say it. I'm fat. It's all right.
Hey, even if you say you're fat, but I still saw like remnants of a six pack up in there, so you're good.
You tell these guys.
yeah. Don't make that head any bigger right now.
Dude, did you see? He's still got like abs there, dude. I mean, you can't get upset with that. I mean,
We ordered wings, man, and we like get to them and they're already halfway gone.
oh well, hey,
Yeah, and Dakota had already had them all gone.
Dakota. It's Derek's night, bro. Don't eat all the fucking food, man. It's Derek's night.
He bought me an ice cream bar right after we got back, so that's what I wanted. So
All right, well there you go. You got an
it
ice
was really
cream bar.
nice of him. He was really kind. But literally, listen, check this out though. Check this out though. I'm pretty sure he bought it just because he thought I was gonna turn it down because it was right after the fight, and so he
Right.
could eat it. I'm almost 100% sure that is the reason he got it, because he was telling his wife like, "Oh, I was gonna eat it if Derek didn't eat it." So he really got it because he thought I was gonna turn it down because I had showers still. But this is the thought that counts, right?
Hey, amen to that. That's fucking funny. Yeah, it's like you know when your parents bust you when you're a kid, you know, getting a cookie or something, you know, in that Bill Cosby special from back in the day, and the parent turned around and goes, and the kid just turned around and goes, "It's for you."
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's what
Sure.
happened to you with Dakota Cochran right there. You just pulled a fast one on you, man.
Oh yeah.
Watch out for him, man. Keep your eyes on him. But I love him, dude. He does bare knuckle and crazy shit like that, dude. He's fucking awesome. Johnny. Oh, well, Garrett. Before we move on from Dern and Marcos, was there odds on if Mackenzie Dern was going to do her post-fight interview in Portuguese?
I wish there was, because I was waiting for it, to be honest with you. I was telling my wife about that too. I was waiting for it and it didn't happen.
Fakest fucking accent. God damn, that annoys the shit out of me. She tries to talk like in broken Portuguese English. Like, stop it, girl. Stop it. Weren't you born here and grew up like the whole life in the United States of America, like Arizona? Listen, even if your parents are Portuguese, you went to school in America, you sound normal. Like I always feel like when Anderson Silva is off the camera, he's talking to his friends. He goes, "Hey man, did you see that fight, man?" You know, like he speaks clear English.
Oh yeah, Anderson definitely speaks clear English.
Chris Weidman knocked him out so bad that he spoke English for the first time in a post-fight interview that night. That was fucking hysterical. I don't think he meant to do that. It's a true story. So Johnny Walker and Ryan Spann, that fight was crazy. Derek, you lead us in on this one, man, because I love the fighter's perspective on fights like this in particular, because it was just so.
Man, it was just like a bomb meeting in the middle, and they were just swinging, you know, and like I just don't understand when Spann got on top of him like that. How you gonna let somebody sneak out the back door like that? You know what I mean? Like he gave him another shot, and when you're that big and that powerful, if you give somebody another shot like that, your odds are 50-50, you know, and that's what happens. And I believe that at the end of the fight, though, I think there was a lot of back to head shots. That was
There were definitely,
and like he elbowed him straight in the middle of the back of the head, and then punched him like twice. I mean, you're gonna take a point for, you know, you're gonna warn Mersad and take a point, you know, for cracking the ear, but like that was. I mean, they were straight in the back of the head. You know, he took way too many, but there was like 3 or 4. I thought that's how it ended the fight.
I agree with your assessment of that whole fight 100%. Garrett, what do you got for us, man?
Same. I don't know what Dan was seeing in that fight, but I saw multiple shots at the back of the head. I mean, head was down, wasn't even remotely to the side, wasn't to the ear. It was full blown back of the head. So, you know, it's hard. I mean, I'm not a fighter, so I don't know how, you know, what goes on in there. But I mean, these calls have to be made and have to be made correctly because he should have got a point taken away or separated. Or something should have happened, you know, or DQ'd. Yeah,
DQ. I agree with the DQ more than just a point because it wasn't just one. But then again, you know, the way it was going down. I mean, look at these it's almost hard to wait. Look at him. Is he over there fucking eating again?
No, the Dakota. Look at him.
Garrett, what's the fucking live odds on Krause taking him out right now?
Minus 200?
Minus 20. Guys, by the way, you're
not in the short room. Remember, it's bare knuckle type shit. That's what Dakota.
Oh, shit. Yeah, maybe minus 120. We'll keep it out of the pick'em right now.
We were analyzing before we get started. What do you think about elbows during bare knuckle?
I'm all in for it, man. Bring it. But
you imagine Dakota with elbows in the clinch.
But you know what I'm thinking, Derek? Honestly, not bare knuckle with elbows, but I want to see bare knuckle MMA. So you can do everything. Oh, dude.
I'm talking about my sport, awesome. Man. Get your ass out of here. What are you talking about that?
Hey, Derek, you don't have to participate. That sport is for crazy people like Dakota Cochran.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down with it.
Yeah. I'll go watch Dakota do that crazy shit. You know, that's what he's here for. He likes that crazy shit. But bare knuckle MMA for me is where it's at because you can do all the other stuff, but now you're bare knuckle, you know, and that adds such a fucking element to the fight. So I'm down. Guys, you're watching KSI with Christopher James. We are live tonight doing our UFC on ESPN+36 post-fight show. I'm talking with Garrett Kerman, the fight analyst, and big winner tonight, 52 seconds, guillotine choke. He knew he had it. His coach knew he had it. Derek Minner is with us tonight, breaking down all these fights. We've had James Krause do a cameo interview with us, which we're totally grateful for. And then we just got to see James Krause and Dakota Cochran grappling in the background.
Dakota, look at him. Look at him. He's already he's like holding himself. Dakota's over here like hurt. He's getting old.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by submission, James Krause.
Look at him. Don't be. You can't be saying that shit. Then Dakota's gonna run in there and it's gonna be a whole fucking thing. Bare knuckle debut for James.
Hey, Eric, just remember if that goes on, pick the camera up and go in there, dude. You'll be my live.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, so next fight, Kazmat Chimaev, man, Gerald Meerschaert, 17-second, one-punch fucking knockout. If anybody, I've been on this kid's train from the first time I saw him. You know when you see somebody super special, and he is the next super special superstar coming to the UFC and coming soon to a TV near you. This guy is for real. He's the truth. He took out Meerschaert with no effort. He's going to fight Damian Maia. The accolades I could spew on this kid are just endless. But he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He wanted to show off his striking. He only got to show us one punch, but hey, that's a one good punch.
Dude's a monster, man. I didn't see that shit happening at all, man. Like I thought they were gonna get some wrestling exchange. I definitely thought it was gonna go over the 1.5, you know, and we all thought that here. Man, that was, I mean, obviously the dude has some damn power along with his wrestling, you know. I mean, that was ridiculous.
And he still gets down to 170. That was a 185 fight. He still goes down to one. He's gonna fight Maia at 170.
This is insane. That's insane. I mean, he's going to wreak havoc in 2 weight classes. In 185 and 170, he's running through people. It's just insane. It really is. That's crazy.
he's a big 185 and he makes it down to 170. I think he does what Darren Till wants to do, that Darren Till can't do successfully, is managing the weight cut properly and staying conditioned for both. And because Darren Till walks around like 210, wants to go down to 170. That's crazy. Also, before we move on from this one, Dakota, comment from the crowd, Drew Gardner says Dakota is one of the best fighters that hasn't been ranked in the UFC.
What do you say? Dakota is what?
One of the best fighters that hasn't been ranked in the UFC.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely could make a real impact in the UFC.
Laura Reed says she's so proud of you, Derek. You look absolutely amazing.
I am pretty good.
Co-main event, Cowboy Cerrone and Nico Price. We'll get the double from Dakota and from Derek on this one. Dakota, jump in here. Tell us what you thought of that fight. Did you watch it?
Yeah, of course. I'm a big Cerrone fan. I like his attitude. He'll take any fight anytime. I kind of fancy myself as that one similar, I guess. But yeah, I liked, like before it seemed like he wanted out of the fight kind of, he kind of gave up a little quicker. But tonight you could tell he wanted that win. He fought through like adversity in the beginning, took some hard shots, and then came back in second, third round. But I didn't give him the fight either way, and all the other guys said they did. So
I thought he won round 2 and round 3 myself, but they were so close he can't score. I feel like Nico didn't do himself any justice with poking the eye twice because that gave him the fight, obviously.
Yeah, the first round.
And that sucks, especially when you can get a win over Donald's Cowboy Cerrone, and it's the only reason you lose is because you got him poked in the eye twice. That's a motherfucker.
Yeah, I watched the whole fight. Nico won the first round, lost a point, so that round doesn't even matter anymore. I felt Nico won round 2, and I felt Cerrone won round 3. So the draw, however they got to it, with two guys having it, tied up, and the one guy having it for Cerrone, it was crazy. But I saw the draw coming. I saw the writing on the wall at the end of the round. Like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, we did too.
And it was crazy because Nico's jumping up and down. He's like, yeah, because it's not a loss.
He's man. I love that guy, man. I love being around that guy. And I've been around him quite a few times. And he's just a character, man. That dude.
Yep.
That dude just doesn't care. He loves to have fun, and he's down for anything. But he didn't do himself no justice tonight with those fingers.
Nope. He's one of my Florida guys, man. I've had him on the show numerous times. I've announced his name-winning awards at award shows. I've known him for a long time. We're going to go out to his farm here shortly, and we're going to film a day in the life of Nico Price because he has 5 children, and four of them are crazy. Like he said, like when friends come over the house, he warns the friends. He's like, hey, listen, make sure you protect your balls because my kids will come right after him every fucking time. And the kids go out and, try to fucking get nut shot. I'm doing an interview with him one day, and one of his kids is, I think, 3 or 4-year-old, 5-year-old maybe, his son with the really long hair. Like they have a big, fishing knife out there on the patio, and they live on a farm. So, these kids are out there in the woods, and they know how to, do this and that and the other stuff because that's how they're raised. But I just see this little kid with the long hair walking by with the knife, and I'm going, Nico, what's going on there? He goes, oh, he wants to go out there and kill that pig that he hears or something like that. Like, that's why I love him. That's why I love him because he's just like this. We're going to get a whole day of filming of that, and I can't wait to get that all.
Good luck, man. Hopefully you survive.
Well, I'm going to wear a cup and a catcher's mask. I'm not stupid, man. And I'm going to bring Garrett to be like my buffer. Like, I'm going to bring Garrett. Garrett, you're going to be the buffer zone. All right, so
you can tell Nico loves the fight though, just by his reactions and his attitude and everything. He just fucking loves the fight.
Yeah, he does. He's a fighter at heart. He loves doing this, and that's why it's so much fun to watch him fight. He doesn't get all the wins that he wants, but man, to me, he's a must-see TV every time he fights. Same thing with Mike Perry. Mike Perry, alternates wins and losses and stuff like that. But Mike Perry's a must-see TV fight. I mean, he just fucking
that's a fight right there.
Yeah, no
Nico
shit.
Price
Oh,
versus Mike Perry.
Absolutely.
That's the fight. Everybody in Florida has been talking about this fight. Like it was kind of like trying to book, Floyd Mayweather and fucking Manny Pacquiao. That's how long they've been talking about this fight.
Shit.
Everybody wants to see it. So in the position they're in right now, once Mike, gets whatever he's got to get taken care of to get clearance to go again in the UFC and make sure that they're down with it. This is a fight to book now. I mean, they're both in that spot. Nico coming off a loss. They both lost to Cerrone. So it's kind of a cool thing. Mike just had a win against Mickey Gall, and his coach was awesome in that fight. And, now, I mean that, Garrett, she did exactly what he wanted his coach to do. So I'm not even saying it to be a smartass. He told his coaches how he wanted his corner run. They ran the corner the right way. Good for him. So she's got a better record than I do as a coach. So I mean, fuck it, I can't say shit.
Shit.
But now would be a good time to book that fight. Everybody would tune in to see it. You're gonna get a violent war. So I hope they book that fight. Main event: Covington and Woodley. It went exactly as I thought it was going to. Covington was going to dominate. I was a little surprised at the end of the finish. I don't know exactly, and I've been trying to look and see, but he's I think he yelled my rib, so I don't know if he cracked a rib or a rib punctured something. But either way, even if that didn't happen, that fight was over. I scored the fourth round 10-8 for Covington. It was just that dominating of a round. So I had it 40-35 going into the fifth. What'd you guys have?
Yeah, I had the same, man. I'm glad it ended in under 4.5 though. That was our pick. So I'm glad that it ended there. I just think that I think Tyrone just had enough, man. I think he was like, I'm out. Like,
Pushed out.
Yeah.
Okay. Breaking news. I have the performances of the night. Randy Costa,
Yep.
Damon Jackson, Mackenzie Dern, and Khamzat Chimaev all took home performance bonuses.
That makes
Damon
sense.
Jackson, though?
What'd you say?
Damon Jackson. I don't know.
Biggest underdog on the card, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
but
Second biggest underdog on the card.
but he was also losing majority of the fight, too. So I guess, comeback win.
He
But
took the fight on 3
it was
days.
more
That's
impressive.
probably why.
Yeah, 3 days
Yeah, sure.
notice. I think he had to cut like 40 pounds in 3 days or something like that. I mean,
No,
so
don't get me wrong, he looked impressive, but I mean, I just thought there was other
Damn.
people like
this
someone
should-
on the podcast here that could have gotten it over him.
and you look at it, I mean, 2 went to knockouts and 2 went to submissions. I felt that was fair. If I'm going off the submission the way it broke down, and I'm not saying this because you're on the show, I think your submission was more impressive because you did it. You went out, you handled business right away. That's what gets me psyched up. That's what I would look at first if I was handing out bonuses. And on a night like this, I would have given out 5. I mean, come on, they got the money. I mean, I'm just, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but hey, what's another 50 grand, man? You spend more than that at the casino, Dana. Come on, give the kid 50. Come on. And you know what? You still might get something from him because sometimes he's been known to do stuff like that.
You never know. And I got the win. It's all that matters. I don't get.
I know. I'm just telling you, but
fight. I'd like 50 G's in my bank account, but that's all good.
Hey, listen, he does do stuff like that sometimes after fights where he just, gives somebody a little extra money because they performed well. So, not saying it's going to happen now, but it's something that does happen. You can ask other guys, ask Krause. He knows it happens. You know what happens.
Oh, for sure.
So with that being said, we covered all the fights. Thanks for hanging around, Derek. I know you're on quarantine, so I kind of had you trapped in there. You didn't have shit else to do. But I do appreciate it. And I'm going to tell you, man, I like the way you speak about fights. So if you ever want to come on post-fight on any other event, you let me know. Me, you, and Garrett will do a fucking another 3-pack like this. I enjoyed the hell out of this. I'm glad that, Garrett got to eat crow twice now on my show in front of a fighter that he picked against. I find that amusing, especially for both of you, both fighters. You take it straight. Some people are going to pick against you. It's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
And he's not doing it to slight your fighting ability. He's doing it based on numbers. I mean, he looks at these numbers like he's like Rain Man when it comes to these betting numbers, and he just so so that's what he bases on. I base it on heart.
The only thing I said in my fight pass or one of my interviews, MMA Junkie asked me, I just said, man, hey, I seen a lot of people want a lot of money. That first round submission was a plus 660. You're out your ever living mind if you didn't take that. All my boys won banked it this weekend, like everybody. So
awesome.
Everybody made some money, and and that's okay. But I mean, like I told them too, if you bet against me and all the doubters, I'm glad you lost. Yes, I don't care.
Hey, you just said though, all your boys made money. You made some money. You won a fight. I mean, that's a win-win weekend for Derek Minner and the family and the crew.
Going home winner. Let's go.
Hey, is there anybody before I let you dip out? Is there anybody you want next? Or I know you might just give the answer. You don't care who, but
I'm just enjoying the moment, man. I'm sure I'll get a call for within the next. I'm hoping to probably get two fights in by the end of the year is my goal. So
hey, you know what you do, man. Call out Damon Jackson. He got to win tonight. You got to win tonight.
That'll be a great fight. That'd be a good
fight. I like it.
My guillotines would have been finished a lot sooner though. Just so everybody knows. Because he had like 4 that he should have finished before then. But I'm just saying.
Oh, we know what you're saying, bro. We
all right, brother. Well, I'm gonna take off. I gotta get some rest.
You have many guillotines from many angles that you can snap on somebody's neck at any given time. Derek, man, thanks for coming on the show again tonight. Congratulations on getting that first win. If anybody deserves to be there and to get that win, you do, man. You put in the time and the work, man, and now it's time to shine and make that dough.
I appreciate it, my man. Hey, if you ever want me on, I'm always watching fights, and I just sit at home usually with my baby girl. So you just call.
That's awesome. We'll bring you on for another post fight. We'll bring Garrett on, and we might bring Justin James on because he likes to do this shit too, and he's fucking funny as fuck. So we might have a whole Michigan party kind of crazy fun thing going on here. So just fucking nuts. Be well. Tell Kraus and Dakota I said thanks, man, for coming on and hanging out for a little while. Appreciate it, guys. And guys, that's Derek Minner. He got a win tonight. Follow him on social media. Get on the train now. If you ain't on it already, man, you better hurry, man.
Let's go. See you guys.
Go. That was awesome, Garrett, man. Fucking A. Bring one guest on to get a little interview with James Krause tonight, and talking to Dakota. And then we got to watch them fucking beat each other up, and Krause comes out with the win. Fucking A, dude. I'm glad I brought you.
I'm having a great time. I had a great time, man. Thank you so much.
And I'm glad everybody you got to see that. So, that's good shit. Now I got to figure out how to do video clips so I can just pop up those little video clips and share them because I don't know how to do any of that editing stupid shit.
You need to get on that, man. You need to get on that.
I need help. I need a crew. I need a team.
I think you do.
I can do this right here. I can do this all day. But some of the technical shit, I just don't know. So, I'm going to have to find something to help me. That costs money. And I don't like giving people money. Fucking sucks. You got to do what you got to do. Hey, listen, guys, GK, the fight analyst, he won some tonight. He lost some tonight, but he did cash on the biggest dog. He also cashed on 2 lady fights where they got the submissions. I saw that he had that up there. So, he made some money, lost a couple bucks too. Hey, by the way, did David Van Hawken get his three-way parlay from you? Is that where he gets those?
He watches, our podcast, so he kind of gets his ideas from us plus his own, so he kind of mixed them together.
I thought he was just stealing your picks.
No. He gets his own, and then he watches us. And like,
listen. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm being a smart aleck. Yeah, I wonder if I'm gonna have to go look at the thing and see if his parlay paid off. I wonder because I know he hit one last week. He hit one last week.
No. Not this week because he had Laramie in his parlay.
Oh, damn! Sorry, guys. My pick beat your pick. I didn't want it to cost you money. I just like
it happens. It's the belly of the beast. It happens. It happens in sports betting, man. You can't win them all, especially in MMA. It's the most volatile sport you'll ever bet on. Period. You could be winning all 3 rounds like Mirsad Bektic this tonight, and then boom, it's over.
Yeah, sucks too, man. Fucking my Islanders lost a fucking Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Finals the other day to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay lost to Dallas tonight, and my Miami Heat took a loss to Boston. I'm a little upset about that one. I'm glad I was watching fights instead of watching basketball because I don't get it. I get angry when I watch basketball. My team's losing. I jump up and want to throw shit.
Me too.
I'm glad I wasn't watching that. I was watching the fights. I was keeping up with the score, just seeing what it was. But we took a loss. That's all right, man. We'll win the next 2 and call it a fucking final. Then we'll get that.
Hell yeah, man.
Title, baby.
We're still 10-2 in the playoffs. We have the best playoff record right now. I mean, nothing to worry about.
Out there, and I've been a Miami Heat fan since day one of the franchise, like season tickets and everything day one of the franchise shit, dude. I've been like to so many fucking games. I've been to every championship they've won. I've been at those games. Not for every, not for every game of the series, but I've been to all, fucking all the way back. I remember fucking going to watching like their first, 8 or 9 home games when they start out and we couldn't win shit. Oh my God, it was horrible.
I remember those days because I was a fan then too, bro. I was living up in New York and New Jersey, and I've been a fan since Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway days.
Yeah, but I'm talking before that, dude. Before those guys were even.
But I'm me. I'm little. Like I was like 6 when that was going on.
Man, well, you were a little tight, man. I was a little more grown up then. You know what I'm saying? I was doing grown up things at the grown up times and having grown up fun with grown up people.
There you
go. So somebody said, they wanted us to. All right, we're going to give you this, and then we're going to get out of here. Mousasi Lima, what you got on that one, GK?
Man, that's a tough one. That's a very close fight. Lima's going up in weight. Mousasi's still kind of on the tail end of his career. I think I would go with Lima just because he's a younger, fresher fighter. He's still got more in the tank, and as long as he can avoid getting taken down and mauled by Mousasi, he's definitely got a chance on the feet against him.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the takedown either. He's a legit black belt. You know what I'm saying? He runs his own academy up in Georgia, and he's a killer on the ground. He loves to strike. Sometimes I think some of these brilliant strikers that are phenomenal BJJ artists fall in love with their striking so much that they don't use the other skills in their toolbox. Kind of like Daniel Cormier. He didn't wrestle against Stipe. If he had used his wrestling, he'd be the heavyweight champion today. That's my belief. But he didn't do it. He fell in love with the strike and he wanted to stand and bang, whatever. But if you got it, use it, man. What the hell's going through? What the hell's all the years of training to get a black belt or training to be an Olympic level wrestler and then going, I'm just going to punch people now. The fuck?
I don't think Daniel Cormier had the gas tank to really implement that game plan. I think that's why he stayed in
that's true, because we found that after he still was, kind of coming off COVID. So,
Yeah, I don't think he at that point of his career, even in the second Stipe fight, he only tried to take him down one time. He got him taken down and then back up, and that was it. And I think the same thing happened. It's not that he fell in love with striking; it's that he can't wrestle like that anymore. He doesn't have the cardio for it. He can't hold people down, especially Stipe. And,
I disagree with you 100%, dude. I think it's even before the fight, the press event, he goes, I'm going to punch him in the face and I'm going to knock him out. So even though he said he was going to wrestle in some of the interviews, his plan was to stand there and bang with him because it's his pride. He knocked him out the first time. He wanted to knock him out a second time just to show the world that it wasn't a fluke, that he isn't just a wrestler. But he could have used his wrestling and still knocked him out. He just would have been laying on his back, and he. So, and that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. He might have been still suffering some recovery effect from COVID. But he said he didn't want to make any excuses, but then why come out and tell us you had COVID? Because now it makes us think that maybe you weren't 100% healthy, and you threw that out there to let us know that you weren't 100% healthy, even though you say you weren't making an excuse. It confuses me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, big time. And then I thought they're getting tested, so you're telling me these tests are not 100% accurate either?
Well,
that's pretty much what they're telling me.
Well, he got it, before the fight, long enough to have the 2-week window to be able to clear the fight. I'm sure he obviously got tested all through the fight process.
Yeah, exactly.
And he didn't have it. So he had cleared it, he cleared the hurdle, and he fought. But, if it wasn't a problem and it didn't cost you the fight, but yet you said you were, had some recovery stuff to go, you're making the excuse. Yep. You know what I mean? You're throwing it out there to give us doubt.
To save his legacy, pretty much.
Yeah, and that, to me, that diminishes it because, the only time I picked against Daniel Cormier was when he fought John Jones. Oh, and when he fought Anthony Johnson, because Anthony Johnson's my dude. Never going to pick against Rumble.
I have Rumble too.
He's my friend, I mean? Love the dude, man. He was
he always had him too.
He's one of the first big name fighters to do some interviews with me. He was one of the first UFC guys I actually met at an event here in Tampa in like 2009. A legitimate, guy, and he was fighting at 170 then. Fucking, I got a funny picture.
I remember that.
He was
fighting That's crazy. I don't even know how he even fought at 170. That was just insane.
Yeah, because now it looks like his leg weighs 170. I mean, but no, he's a big dude, man. So powerful. And he's back in USADA, so he's coming in.
I can't wait for that, man. I can't wait for him to fight.
Me neither. So but that's it. We're gonna wrap up. I'm gonna go hang out with my wife right now. She's got some food cooking. I don't know what it is. I'm hoping it's like macaroni and cheese with bacon in it.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing, bro. You enjoyed that?
That's if she made that. She also might have made me something healthy. So it's dinner time lottery, late night dinner time lottery. I kind of got to eat what's on the table.
I feel you on that, man.
At least somebody's here to cook it for me, and I appreciate it. She does, man. We just celebrated 6 years together.
Wow, congrats, man. Congrats.
Life has been amazing since her and I got together, man. Fucking couldn't be more blessed. But anyway, guys, that's Garrett Kerman, the fight analyst, GK. That's the man right there. You can check him out, get his picks, subscribe to his service and all that stuff. He's got a page, Fight Analyst, on Facebook, and go find that. And then I'll take it all of the links for all the other pages you need to, reach out to him and, do some work with him. And he does have a good success rate. He does help people make money. I'm not going to lie. I don't gamble, but when I make my picks now, I ask him to give me a grade on my card just to see for shits and giggles. I went 9-4-1 tonight. I thought that wasn't bad. Couple of fights got away from me. Well, shit happened. What are you gonna do? I didn't lose any money, and I didn't, make any money. So I'm good.
There you go. That's the name of the game.
GK, thanks again, man. We'll get you on again soon. Maybe after next week we got a pay-per-view. Oh, I'll be out of town. I'll have my stuff with me, so maybe I'll do it after the fights because I'm doing fights next week. I'll be in Biloxi for Toe the Line.
Nice.
I'll be in Biloxi on the 24th for Icon Fighting Federation, our debut, and it's going to be on Fight Pass. Before that card takes on, we're going to have Roy Jones Jr. Boxing. I'll be announcing that as well, also on Fight Pass. 2 days later, I'm in Tunica, Mississippi for Toe the Line, the debut of another bare knuckle show. That'll be a feeder league to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. I'm going to be ringing out from there. That'll be on the BKTV app, www.bktvap.com. Get that shit. It's like $4 a month, man. Come on.
It's nothing.
And if you don't have Fight Pass, get that shit too. Yeah. What the fuck you waiting on, man? It's 2020. Do something good, man. Make this year worth it. Get those 2 apps, man. It fucking makes the year a whole lot better when you got a lot of fight content to watch. I'm just throwing it out there. So for my man Garrett, and thanks again to our guests tonight, Garrett Kerman, the fight analyst, Derek Minner, UFC fighter with his first win tonight, the James Krause, and a special cameo from Dakota Cochran. So peace. Garrett, thanks a lot for being on the show, man. I'm going to pop you on out. You have a good night, man. I'll talk to you.
All right. You have a great one, man. Have a good one.
Brother. I also want to say next week I'll have a little change on the appearance here because I have signed a new sponsor. He's going to be helping me out, do a lot of stuff. And it's Just Heart, Legacy Over Ego, Just Heart Apparel. And there's all kinds of stuff, apparel, marketing stuff. They're really good guys. His name is Andrew Sams. He's helping me out. And we're going to have his logo up here on the screen next week so you guys can see it. And we're going to talk about him and, talk about what he does and how he's helpful for the fight community. And, I want to thank him for believing in what I got going on and supporting the show. Also, always love to End Still Nutrition. They always support me. Appreciate them as well. Thanks to all you guys for tuning in tonight and allowing me to be a part of your life and you guys being part of mine for just a little while. I appreciate it more than I will ever be able to put into words. Until next time, I am Christopher James. Y'all have been Cage Side. Good night, everybody.